What if I told you that the touch she remembers most wasn't the most passionate one? It wasn't the most intense. It wasn't the most dramatic. It was quiet. It was gentle. And it lasted maybe 3 seconds. Most men spend their whole lives trying to impress a woman with grand gestures and completely miss the one thing that makes her feel truly seen. Today, that changes. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here because what you're about to learn has genuinely changed everything for the men who finally understood it. We're going to talk about touch, but not the kind you're thinking of. We're going to go deeper than that into the kind of physical presence that makes a woman feel emotionally safe, deeply attracted, and completely understood, all at once. This isn't about technique. It's about awareness. And the men who carry this awareness, they become unforgettable. Stay with me until the very end because the most powerful insight I'm going to share comes last, and it might just rewrite everything. So let's begin where most men never think to look, not in the grand moments, but in the quiet, almost invisible ones. Insight number 1, the touch that has no agenda. Picture this. She's had a long, exhausting day. She walks through the door carrying the weight of 100 unspoken things. And he, without saying a word, simply places his hand gently on her back as she passes. Not to lead her anywhere. Not as a prelude to anything. Just there. Present. That is the touch she will think about at midnight. Here's the psychology behind it. Women are extraordinarily sensitive to intention, not just emotionally, neurologically. A woman's nervous system is constantly, almost unconsciously, scanning her environment for safety. And when a touch arrives with no hidden agenda, no expectation attached to it, her entire system exhales. It signals something most men forget to say out loud. I am here for you. Not for what I want from you. Just for you, the takeaway? The touch that asks for nothing gives her everything. Insight number 2, the power of the almost touch. There is something extraordinary that happens in the space before contact. Imagine sitting beside her and letting your hand rest close, not touching but near. Close enough that she can feel the warmth. Let that image settle for a moment. Psychologically, anticipation activates the brain's reward system even more powerfully than the thing being anticipated. This is why the almost touch, that charged, electric nearness, can feel more intimate than touch itself. It communicates patience, restraint, a kind of reverence that says, I'm not rushing this. You are worth the pause. And that reverence, women feel it in their bones. The takeaway? Sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer is the space just before you arrive. Insight number 3, she remembers how you touched her hand, not her lips. Not her waist, her hand. This surprises most men. But think about what the hand represents. It's how we reach out to the world, how we ask for help, how we hold the things we love. When a man takes a woman's hand slowly, deliberately, like it matters, she notices everything. The warmth of his palm. Whether he holds gently or loosely, whether he traces her fingers or simply holds still. The psychology here is rooted in what researchers call affective touch, the kind of touch that speaks directly to the emotional brain, bypassing logic entirely. It doesn't need words. It doesn't need context. A held hand, done with intention, communicates. You are safe with me. And safety, real emotional safety, is the foundation of every deep attraction a woman has ever felt. The takeaway? Hold her hand like you mean it, and she will never forget the way it felt. Insight number 4, the touch that comes after something hard. She just said something vulnerable. Maybe she shared a fear, or admitted she was struggling, or simply went quiet in that way that means the words are too heavy to carry. Pause. Most men don't know what to do in that moment. They reach for words they try to fix, advise, explain. But here's what she actually needs. A hand resting gently on her arm. A thumb that moves just once in a slow, quiet stroke. No words, no solutions, just presence. The psychology behind this is profound. When we experience emotional pain, the brain craves co-regulation, the calming effect of another nervous system nearby. A gentle, unhurried touch in a hard moment literally helps her body release the tension it's been holding. It tells her limbic brain, you don't have to carry this alone. The men who understand this become the ones she turns to, every time. The takeaway? In her hardest moments, your gentle presence speaks louder than any perfect sentence ever could. Inside number 5, the forehead, I want you to pause for a moment and think about this one. When was the last time someone kissed your forehead? Not your cheek, not your lips, your forehead. Do you remember how it felt? There is something almost ancient about it. Something protective. Something that says, I see all of you, and I cherish what I see. For women, a forehead kiss is one of the most emotionally loaded forms of touch that exists. It's not romantic in the conventional sense, it's deeper than that. It's reverent. Psychologically, it activates feelings of being treasured, protected, and emotionally held. Serious, it bypasses all the noise of attraction and goes directly to the heart of what she's always longed for, to be loved without performance, without pressure, without condition. The takeaway? A single kiss on her forehead can make her feel more loved than 1,000 grand gestures. Insight number 6, stillness as touch. This one is subtle, and it is everything. Have you ever been in a room with someone who is fully, completely still with you? Not distracted, not restless, not mentally somewhere else, just there. Pause. That quality of stillness is itself a form of touch. It reaches her without physical contact. Women are deeply intuitive readers of presence. They feel when a man is half elsewhere, when his body is close but his attention has drifted. And they feel just as clearly when he is entirely with them. Serious, that full grounded presence, phone down, eyes soft, body open, and unhurried, communicates something touch alone cannot. Right now, in this moment, there is nowhere else I would rather be. The takeaway? Your stillness is one of the most intimate things you can offer her. Learn to give it freely. Insight number 7, the touch she never has to ask for. And finally, this one. There is a particular kind of magic in a touch she never had to request. When he reaches for her hand in the middle of a crowded room, not because she looked lonely, but just because. When he rests a hand on her shoulder as he walks past, for no reason at all. When he pulls her clothes on a cold evening before she even realizes she's cold. The psychology is simple and stunning. Unsolicited, gentle, consistent affection given freely and without occasion rewires her sense of security in the relationship. Serious, it tells her subconscious day after day, you don't have to earn this. You don't have to ask. I notice you. I want to be near you. Always. Pause. That kind of touch doesn't just create attraction. It creates devotion. The takeaway? Reach for her before she reaches for you and watch what that does to her heart. Here is what I really want you to hear. Beneath every woman's quiet strength, there is a place that has waited sometimes for years to feel truly, unhurriedly cherished. Not impressed, not pursued with intensity. Cherished. She has learned to live without it. She has learned to tell herself she doesn't need it. But the moment a man offers it genuinely, consistently, without condition, something in her recognizes it. Like a language she always knew but had never heard spoken aloud. Be the man who speaks that language. The truth at the heart of everything we explore today is this. She doesn't want to be overwhelmed, she wants to be seen. And gentle, intentional, present touch is one of the most powerful ways to show her that you do. If something in this video moved you or made you think of someone, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Share this with someone who needs it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because we have so much more to explore together. And remember this, the touch she's been waiting for her whole life might be yours to give.